Hello. Yes, I know I've been gone for such a long time, and I'm going to come out of the gate. Someone in my family passed away. I'm going to move past it because that's what you're supposed to do. And I actually wanted to make this video before I head off on a road trip. Now, I'm not sure if you've heard of this big YouTuber or not, but his channel name is Zach Tech Turf, and he generally makes review content primarily aimed towards PC enthusiasts. Now, before I get into the reason I want to talk about him, disclaimer, please don't send any hate towards Zach or anyone else that may be mentioned in the video. Zach does have some good videos that some PC enthusiasts may enjoy, but here's what I want to talk about. I am a Fortnite player. Yeah, I know. Gross. I'm not the most competitive player because I have a lot of input lag. I mean, I get 60 ping on a daily basis, and on a bad day I might even get 80. Now, the reason I came across one of his videos was because while I was trying to look up why I was getting so much stuttering issues on an AMD graphics card, I came across one of his shorts with a whole lot of views. So, like the idiot sheep I am, I clicked it, and as I watched it, I thought to myself, this is really bad. I mean, I'm not really the most qualified to criticize content, but in one of his shorts titled, I'll Never Buy NVIDIA Again, you'd expect him to talk about tech and the flaws that NVIDIA GPUs might have, but really in this short, he just says,
that's a seriously underrated comment. I agree with you. Now, no, this isn't about me hating on NVIDIA.
Then talks about his truck?
My 2013 Ford F-150 has been rock solid for the last decade. Granted, I put a 6-inch lift kit, 35-inch mud tires, rear suspension, and nice wheels on there. Chances are...
This really threw me for a ride. Like one of the slingshot rides where the rider blacks out. Yeah, that's me in this situation. Don't get me wrong, at the end he does have pretty good advice.
Don't be afraid to value the experience that you have with a product over everyone else's opinion.
But it was just so odd that instead of talking tech, he talked about his truck. There are people in the comment section who acknowledge this too, but now I'll get on to the short that I really thought was pretty bad. Why Fortnite runs poorly on AMD.
I've heard so many people complain about Fortnite with AMD GPUs, but is it fake news? I think I might have finally figured out why people say that though. This is actually in response to the comment I'm answering now. Pros only use NVIDIA because all pros have a 4090, and if the best GPU on earth was AMD, then they would have used that. But now, this is the type of comment that I hear all the time. Fortnite isn't good with AMD GPUs. I've heard that no pros use them at all.
Right off the bat, what's wrong with this is that he is clearly nitpicking, or cherry picking, whichever makes more sense to you. No, not all pros have a 4090. Yes, a lot of the pros might upgrade to a 4090 because they can afford it, and as you said in the same video, it's objectively the best card.
It's objectively true that NVIDIA has the best gaming GPU on the planet right now with...
Then he shows a reply to this comment, and again, he is clearly nitpicking.
Fortnite isn't good with AMD GPUs. I've heard that no pros use them at all.
He just completely glances over half the reply.
Fortnite isn't good with AMD GPUs. I've heard that no pros use them at all. Wait a...
If you can see what it says, or maybe you can't read it actually, and it says, I've heard multiple people said that it caused stuttering and no pros use them at all. Now, he and his comment section aren't wrong. Fortnite kids are not the brightest bulbs in the box, but what they are arguing for is that AMD GPUs don't run well on performance mode, which is the mode that gives the most frames and the lowest input delay. Which, to say that there's something wrong with people for thinking Fortnite runs bad on AMD...
That doesn't mean Fortnite runs bad on AMD. What is wrong with people?
The Fortnite kids mean on performance mode. If you don't really care about playing competitively, then performance mode isn't a problem. But for sweaty Fortnite kids who need to play at the most of their potential, they play performance mode. Then I see another video from him, and I was hoping that, you know, he would revise his statement and do some research and dig into the issue people are talking about. Well, he doesn't.
I can't go more than one day on the internet without somebody talking about how Fortnite runs terribly on AMD graphics cards.
But they're not. They're particularly talking about how it runs bad on performance mode. You include a comment that's also saying it's with performance mode.
None of them are from really PC enthusiast level of people. Honestly, most of them are from 12-year-olds. I feel an obligation to put our slightly more advanced minds and experience. We're gonna have all sorts of nerdy data and analytics in this video.
Let's actually take the situation at face. He claims that he is a PC enthusiast, and PC enthusiasts are much smarter than a 12-year-old, which isn't wrong, but Like in the beginning of his video,
I personally don't really care about Fortnite.
he's not a Fortnite enthusiast, meaning in Fortnite, the 12-year-olds are actually smarter than you. Yeah, you might know a lot about PC components and whatnot, but you admitted you don't care about Fortnite. You are actually only here to defend AMD, not to educate the people who believe that AMD graphics cards run Fortnite poorly on performance mode. And I would like to say that I'm both a PC enthusiast and a Fortnite enthusiast. Fortnite is one of the games that I do like to improve at. I want to play at a high level, meaning I will need to upgrade to PC components that will give me the lowest latency on the competitive settings. Right now, I am on an RX 6600 from AMD, and it's a good card, but it isn't good for performance mode on Fortnite. Long flicks are almost impossible because the faster you move the camera, the more likely it is to stutter, and 1% lows are not the best on AMD. It happens a lot more often than it may seem.
First up, for the DirectX versions, we found that DirectX 11 will almost always run worse than DirectX 12, so after some confirmation, we removed that from our future testing runs. The two main options that you need to consider are performance mode and DirectX 12. Now, despite popular belief, performance mode is actually worse for you, provided that you use dialed-in DirectX 12 settings.
He is right. DirectX 11 and performance mode are worse on AMD graphics cards, but he also deliberately doesn't say that it's just the case with AMD. NVIDIA graphics cards run performance mode absolutely fine, while AMD doesn't, because they're just not optimized for it. Yes, AMD runs perfectly fine on DirectX 12. I used to play on DirectX 12 before I switched to performance mode, in an attempt to get less delay and input lag, which, like you kind of said, runs worse. Now, I'm not saying this to be rude at all, but your opinion comes from someone who doesn't care about Fortnite, and don't get me wrong, most people probably don't care about Fortnite, but when you don't put in any research, or maybe you did, but you nitpicked information, it doesn't help the Fortnite community at all. Like the 12-year-olds say, you're just yapping. Now, I'm only going to show you a few more clips. Near the end of the video, he has 5 tips, but it's really like 4. Tip 2 and 5 are basically the same point, and I'm only going to show you 2.
Tune your expectations appropriately. Number 2 is that unless if you're on an absolute potato PC,
I'm a potato,
I'd recommend running with DirectX 12. And finally, number 5 is that objectively, Fortnite actually runs better on AMD graphics cards versus similarly priced NVIDIA cards. Both, and that 10 to 12% of market share that AMD does have is mostly us PC enthusiasts, not the super casual audience that just wants to play Fortnite. They don't think people are maliciously spreading misinformation about AMD, at least most of the time.
You are maliciously ignoring the main point. There's no way in your recording and editing did you not see people's main concern, which is performance mode. Again, please don't send any hate towards this person, take my criticism with a grain of salt, but in my opinion, he's deliberately leaving out a lot of information, which, yeah, it isn't misinformation, but it's simply uninformative. He just doesn't talk about these people's main concern. AMD graphics cards don't run Fortnite's performance mode option very well. NVIDIA graphics cards run Fortnite performance mode much better, and the reason competitive players use NVIDIA cards is because they're optimized for performance mode.
Type of people that are casual Fortnite but AMD GPU owners, I just don't think that they have a foundation level to being a PC enthusiast and PC gaming in general.
He contradicts himself here. He would fall under his own bracket. He is a Fortnite casual, maybe, I don't know. He just says he doesn't care about Fortnite, and he owns an AMD GPU. So, is he a PC enthusiast or not? I mean, he falls under his own circumstances. He's a Fortnite casual and he owns an AMD GPU. Apparently people like this don't know what they're talking about when it comes to PCs and general PC gaming.
And for those type of people that are casual Fortnite but AMD GPU owners, I just don't think that they have a foundation level to being a PC enthusiast and PC gaming in general.
Gosh, okay, I know a lot of people won't see this video, and I have like no subscribers compared to Zach, but I hope that anyone who comes across this and watches the video fully understands 3 things I want to emphasize. 1, don't send any hate to Zach. He is 100% entitled to his own opinion, even if it may be a biased one. 2, AMD graphics cards aren't bad. They're just not great for performance mode on Fortnite. My AMD RX 6600 runs a lot of other games really nicely at 1080p. 3, don't take what other people say on the internet too hard. They may agree or disagree with you, but when you are looking for advice online, take everyone's advice with a grain of salt. And again, if you watch this video, thank you. It would mean a lot to me if you subscribed and liked the video, if you did like it. Again, don't send any hate to Zach. I'm just a person with a differing opinion, and I just wanted to point out some of the flaws in his opinions. And yeah, I'll probably post again in about a week, so I'm sorry in advance. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, keep your head up. See ya.